Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another educational video by Trader24. For more analysis, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Trader24ZA. Bitcoin was invented in October 2008 by an unknown group using the name Satoshi Nakamoto, who published a white paper called Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, and launched in 2009 when its implementation was released as open source software. This publication referred to the creation of a decentralized, intangible digital currency, which does not require a central bank to issue it and is based on the so-called blockchain, an immutable digital ledger. Bitcoin transactions take the form of digital transfers between users of the Bitcoin network without the need for an intermediary, and it is the blockchain that ensures the fidelity and security of transactions with cryptography-based principles. The first time someone wants to make a Bitcoin transaction, two cryptographic keys are generated on their behalf. A private one and a public one. The public key is created based on the private key. Each of these is a combination of numbers and letters. The private one should only be known by the owner as it is his personal identity, while the public one is the public address of each user. Essentially, the two parties in fact only disclose to each other their public addresses and nothing else. These play the role of the account number used, for example, in banking transactions, and in a way the private key could be likened to the PIN number. Therefore, the sending and confirmation of a Bitcoin transaction is achieved through the use of the public and private keys of the sender and receiver. As mentioned earlier, Bitcoin is a digital currency based on the blockchain. Simply put, blockchain is a type of database. All available Bitcoins and all transactions are stored in the database at all times. The blockchain differs from a normal database in that the data is stored on multiple computers as opposed to a central server. The data is stored in the form of blocks and linked one after the other in a sequential order similar to a chain, and is constantly updated with the new transactions. Each computer participating in the network has a copy of the blockchain and confirms its transaction that takes place. Think about how everyone who is part of the network should update their copy on the blockchain to be on the same wavelength every time a new Bitcoin transaction is announced. And for this very reason, Bitcoin cannot be hacked. Any new information must first be verified by the computers operating on the network that maintain a copy of the blockchain before it can be included in the system. Responsible for this verification are the so-called miners, their purpose of whom is to maintain and ensure the integrity of the blockchain as they record all transactions made using the processing power of their computers. New Bitcoins are generated and put into circulation as a reward for the work of the miners. This reward is decreasing over time as the number of Bitcoins is finite, amounting to 21 million, while there are currently more than 19.1 million Bitcoins in circulation. Transaction speed. Bitcoin transactions are instantaneous and are reported simultaneously across the network around the globe. Transaction transparency. All transactions executed on the network are publicly available and transparent. So anyone can look at any address and see the previous transactions that have been executed with it, the number of Bitcoins that have been moved, as well as where they have been sent. Low transaction costs. The current cost for each transaction of any size is around 5 euro cents and is optional if there is no rush to verify the transaction. Decentralized nature. One of the most important features of the network is its decentralized nature, which does not require any centralized control or authority. Each node in the network further strengthens it, but if it is affected in some way, the operation of the overall network is not affected accordingly. Subdivisions. Each Bitcoin is subdivided up to 8 decimal digits, called Satoshi, allowing microtransactions that are not possible with other instruments or conventional currencies. Irreversible nature. All Bitcoin transactions are final and irreversible. This has the added advantage to those who sell products for Bitcoin that it is not possible to revoke transactions, as is usual in credit card scams. Theoretically, there are three ways to acquire Bitcoin: through the process of Bitcoin mining, buying Bitcoin through an online crypto exchange, and buying Bitcoin CFDs, contracts for difference, on a trading platform. Specifically regarding the first, the aforementioned mining process is currently not economically viable for the average user unless they have professional equipment or access to very cheap or free electricity. As regards the second, buying Bitcoin through a crypto exchange platform is a fairly safe and affordable way. Cryptocurrency exchanges are online marketplaces that connect people who wish to buy or sell cryptocurrencies. You need to be careful when choosing platforms that have a track record of many years of success. This way, you can reduce the possibility of fraud and security vulnerabilities that a new platform may face. The process for buying Bitcoin is in brief as follows: crypto exchange platform selection, account creation, money deposit to the crypto exchange, and purchase of Bitcoin. Finally, it is also recommended that you transfer your Bitcoin to a different, safer wallet in order to protect it from malicious hackers, just like someone would do with their conventional money by putting them in a bank. Finally, as regards the third, in this case, instead of directly trading an asset, you negotiate a contract based on the value of that asset. Therefore, if the value of Bitcoin increases by a percentage, the value of Bitcoin CFD will also increase by a corresponding percentage. The main reason why CFDs are so popular within traders is the use of leverage in the positions. Through leverage, in practice, you are given the opportunity to use money borrowed from your broker to seek greater returns.